Hello Livewires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Welcome to day 5 of the 10-day wire bookmark making challenge. Be sure to check out all the details below the video to learn how to participate in the challenge and win great prizes like wire and tools from Beadalon, templates and tutorials from my Etsy DIY shop, and custom-made wire jewelry from my Etsy shop. Today I'm making mushroom bookmarks. We are going to use some 18 gauge wire. I have 24 gauge wire and 16 gauge wire, my tools, and my favorite miracle beads. We're starting with the 18 gauge wire, and I'm going to put on a 6mm miracle bead and surround it with wire. I love the miracle beads because they have beautiful colors and the holes are pretty big, so you can fit them on the 18 gauge wire. And we're going to clip the end. So that's the end of the wire, and then we're going to continue around and add more beads. So we're going to bend the wire straight up, and now I have a 4mm miracle bead, and we're going to hold it with our thumb and finger and twist the wire around to the front and the back to completely surround it with wire. And we're going to now take our looping pliers and bend the wire over and around to form the cap, and then bend the wire at a right angle, adding another miracle bead. So this is the 8mm bead, and we are going to surround it with wire. So just bring the wire around front and back so it's nicely surrounded with the wire. And then we're going to curve it around the top and then bend it out again at a right angle. Put on a 6mm miracle bead, hold it with our thumb and finger, and wind the wire around front and back, adjusting as you go to make sure it's pretty even. Curve it out with your finger, and again with the right angle to hold the bead. This is a 4mm miracle bead. Hold it with your thumb and finger and wind the wire front and back. Curve it out a little bit, and then bring it over, and we're going to add one more bead. So bend the wire straight up, and we're going to add another 8mm miracle bead. So bring the wire around to the front and the back to completely surround the bead. So the cap is finished with all the beads, and then we're going to bend the wire down to form the stem. Get a Sharpie or another round form to curve it around. And then we have to form the part that creates the bookmark. So getting our looping pliers and bending the wire down, getting a round form to bend the wire up. And we're going to do a teardrop shaped spiral so that this can hold in the book. Gradually getting smaller and smaller using our pliers and round forms, and then we're going to clip the end flush. From there we'll get our flat pliers and just press it so it's even. Adjust it with your fingers, and there's our first mushroom bookmark and how it looks inside the book. So now we're going to get 16 gauge wire, and we are going to curve the wire to form the base, and then get our round pliers and create that spiral teardrop bookmark form. So just using our round forms and our pliers. These are my smallest round nose pliers. I will link up all my tools in the description below the video, and where you can purchase my favorite miracle beads. So we're going to continue until we have enough of these spirals. Just keep going until they're smaller and smaller, and then just finish with a small teardrop. And we're going to clip the end flush. Press it down so there's no pokey ends. Adjust it with your fingers and then bring the wire out to form the mushroom cap. Get our looping pliers or your round pliers and bend it over, curve it around with your thumb, and then get a round form. This is a Crayola marker, one of my favorite tools. And then again with the round pliers, we're going to bring it over, straight across. Then we're going to just clip that end flush, and after that we can flatten it either with a hammer or we can use a rolling mill, and you can flatten with a pasta maker. I'll link up those videos in the description. And now we're getting 24 gauge artistic copper wire. We're going to attach it at the top, loop it around, and we're going to attach some beads. So here's a 4mm miracle bead. We're just going to hold it in place and twist the wire around to secure the first bead in place. And we're just going to loop the wire around to make a nice decorative design. It's almost like crocheting with wire. So we're going to bring it around, put the end into the first loop. I'm making this very simple. I'm just going through and down. I'm not really doing a authentic kind of loop where you catch the end in there. We're just kind of going back and forth, and the wire is stiff, so it's going to hold its shape. So we're going to keep going with that. In the second row, I'm not doing beads. I'm going to alternate beads and no beads. I just clip the other ends so it's not in the way. And we're going to keep going across. So in the second row, we have 3 loops. So we're just going to bring it around and we'll have 3 loops there. And then we're going to attach it to the side. There's an opening at the bottom of the cap, so you could just slide the wire through. And then from there, we're going to do a row of beads. So the same 4mm miracle bead. You could do multiple colors if you want. I just decided to do purple. And we're going to go straight across, adding the purple beads. And looping into the second row of loops that don't have any beads. And of course, you could fill in the cap of the mushroom any way you like. You can do a kind of chaos wrap if you want. You could do different color wires. The sky is the limit, and I can't wait to see what you guys create. So there's our other row of beads, and then you're going to fill it up in the same manner. And across the bottom, I'm just hooking the bottom of those loops across the bottom of the mushroom cap, almost sewing them in place. It just gives it a more finished look. So just pull that wire around to hook it into the bottom edge. And we have enough wire just to go straight across. And when you get to the end, we're just going to go around a couple of times to make sure it's nice and even. So we'll just take that little end through, bring it over to the back and clip it. And there you have your beaded mushroom. And it's flattened as well, and it looks great in the book. Thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for all kinds of wire art and jewelry making tutorials. You can share photos of your work from the challenges in the 10-day challenges private Facebook group for the duration of the challenge only. If the challenge is over, you can still join the group to view work from previous challenges and stay tuned for future challenges. Thank you to Beadalon for supplying the prizes for my 10-day challenges. Thank you to everyone who participates and shares their beautiful creations. And we'll see you the next time.